Today we're going to talk about lesson 3.3 on inequalities. Take out your math notebook and label the next page 3.3 inequalities. And as usual, anytime you need to pause the video to catch up or take notes, please do. So you don't have to write anything down on the next couple of slides. We're just going to talk through these. Your friend is more than 3 minutes late. So they're more than 3 minutes late. So which numbers should I circle? They're more than 3. So that means I can't circle 3, but I can circle 4, 5, 6, and 7. After playing a video game, you have fewer than 6 degrees. This should actually be points and not degrees. Terribly sorry. But you have fewer than 6. So I cannot include 6, but I can 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So those two examples did not include the number that they were talking about, but these will. You need to write at least a 4-page story. So that means the smallest number of pages you could have is 4, but then you could have more than that because it's got to be at least 4. The temperature is at most 2 degrees. So it could be 2 degrees, but that would be the most. So then I would circle 2, 1, and 0. So here's what I want you to write. Inequality. A mathematical statement that compares expressions. 4y is greater than 2x plus 1. And basically what it's saying is that this, once we plug in a number for y, is going to be greater than the 2x plus 1. Again, once we figure out what x is. So then we need to know words that mean the inequalities. So I'm going to the next page. This is what I want you to write down. For less than, we got less than, no greater than, no more than. Greater than is greater than, no less than. Then we have the equal to sign underneath. So this is less than or equal to, just like the first one says. And we use at most for that one. Greater than or equal to, again, the one in red, and then at least. So feel free to pause the video and write these in your notebooks. So now we're going to write the inequality. A number C, so that's going to be C, is less than 4. So we have C is less than 4. Notice I do the little stuff up on top just to make sure I've got it. A number K plus 5 is less than or equal to. So less than or equal to 8. So K plus 5 is less than or equal to 8. You need to get used to saying these correctly. This is less than, this is greater or less than or equal to. You've got to be able to say them properly. I don't want any elementary school examples or pictures or whatever. I want you saying them correctly. The last one, 4 times a number J, so I'm going to write 4J, is at most, so the most that it could be is 16. So that's less than or equal to 16. Now we're going to mix these up a little bit because we have words that mean addition and an inequality at the same time. So we have to be careful. 10 more, and I'm just going to read the sentence all together. 10 more than x is at least 15. At least is going to be our inequality, and that means the least it could be is 15. So it could be greater than or equal to 15. This more than, this is the plus, and then we switch it around. So we do 10 plus x, but then means we switch it around. So it's going to be x plus 10 is greater than or equal to 15. We've got to be able to tell the difference between those two parts. Let's try again in E. Again, read the whole thing. 3 less than y is no more than 12. Here is our inequality. It's no more than. So it means it's going to be less than or equal to 12. Then we have 3 less than means we turn it around, y. So we'd have y minus 3 is less than or equal to 12. Try letter F by yourself. Okay, here we go. 4 times x. So 4 times x, so 4x is no less than. It's not less than, so it's greater than or equal to 10. Another thing we have to be able to do is give a solution of an inequality. So this is one thing that you are going to write down. A value that makes the inequality true. Inequalities always have more than one solution. So again, pause the video and get this written down. Okay, let's do some examples. If b equals 3, is b equals 3 a solution to the inequality b plus 4 is less than 6? So here's how we're going to solve it. b plus 4 is less than 6. That's my inequality. I'm going to plug 3 in for b. So I'm going to rewrite it with the 3. What is 3 plus 4? That's 7. Is 7 less than 6? No. So I need two things. I need your work and I need a yes or a no. So let's try it again. Letter B. Is n equals 3 a solution to 9 minus n is greater than or equal to 6? So 9 minus n greater than or equal to 6. I'm going to plug in 3. What's 9 minus 3? That's 6. Is 6 greater than or equal to 6? Yes, that equal sign means that it is equal to. You can pause the video and try these two on your own. Otherwise, we can do them together. Is x equals 2 a solution to the inequality of 18 divided by x is less than or equal to 10? So I'm going to plug 2 in. What's 18 divided by 2? That's 9. Is 9 less than or equal to 10? Yes. And again, I've got my work shown and I've got my yes or no. Is z equal to a solution to the inequality 3z is greater than 6? So remember, that means 3 times z, so 3 times 2 is greater than 6. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 is not greater than 6. It doesn't have the equals bar underneath, so our answer is no. The last thing we have to be able to do is graph it. We have to be able to write it, find a solution, and graph it. So one thing I want you to notice is the circles. One is open and one is closed. Notice which way it's shaded. That's another thing I want you to pay attention to. The open circle is just greater than. The closed circle is greater than or equal to. There is a difference. So let's take the note on it. Graphing inequalities. This is one thing I want you to have in your notes. When graphing greater than or less than, you're going to use an open circle. When graphing greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, you're going to use a closed circle. So on a number line, and I've got number lines in my room, otherwise you can do a quick ugly number line in your notes. And this is a quick ugly number line, just a straight line across with some hash marks on it and the numbers underneath. So A is less than 4. I'm going to put my circle on 4, and it's just less than or greater than, so I'm going to leave it open, and less than goes to the left. Notice a couple of things. I know if my circle is open or closed because it's big enough. I also can clearly tell which way I am shading my graph. So let's take a look at the next one. Draw a straight line, couple small lines on it. I definitely need 7. So I'm going to go up a few and down a few. Now I can graph it. F is less than or equal to 7. So my circle is going to go on 7. It says equal to, so I'm going to fill it in. So I'm going to make sure it's all closed. And it's still less than goes to the left. Less than goes to the left. Let's take a look at the last one. Again, I'm going to draw a quick ugly number line. I need -10, so go back up. Be careful on how you number these. Make sure your negatives go down and up the way they're supposed to. So n is greater than -10, so my circle goes on -10. I keep it open because it's not equal to. This time it's greater than, which means it's going to go to the right. So just to clarify, here's something that you can put in your notebooks just to make sure that you see it. Greater than is open and to the left. Less than is open and, or sorry, greater than is to the right. I'm sorry, less than is to the left. Sorry, my fault. Greater than or equal to, again, the circle is closed and it goes to the right. Less than or equal to, the circle is closed and it goes to the left. So drawing those pictures might help you remember which way to go as well. So let's do a couple more practices. Y is greater than 7. I'll pause, you fill it in. So greater than, I have an open circle on 7, and greater goes to the right. X is less than 4. Again, open circle on 4, and less than goes to the left. And I'm going to color it all the way down. Here's one that's a little bit different. This time the variable comes second. I want you to turn it around. I want the G to come first and the -5 to come second. However, I've also got to pay attention to my inequality. Notice that it's pointing to the G. It still has to point to the G. If it doesn't, you're going to graph it wrong. So my circle goes on -5. It's equal to, so it's going to be closed. And less than goes to the left. Try this one on your own. Don't forget to switch it around. So K is going to come first. -2 is going to come second. It's pointing to the -2, so that's the way I'm going to keep it. So because it's equal to, I've got a closed circle on -2, and greater than goes to the right. So the last ones we're going to talk about here is what is wrong with these two. So I always look at, when I read my questions, so here's my inequalities. My circle is going to go on 1. Circle on 1, which it is. This is equal to, so it's got to be closed, which there's what's wrong. It should be a closed circle. And greater than goes to the right, which it does. So again, let's do it again. Where does the circle go? That goes on -1, which they did. Open or closed, it's going to be open because it is not equal to, which it is. And it should go to, because it's greater than, it should go to the right, which it does not. So it's shaded to the right is what is, should be shaded to the right is what is wrong with that one. Those are the 3 questions that I ask myself. Where does the circle go? Is it open or closed? And which way should I shade it? Your homework then is 3.3. Either you got the worksheet in class or there's a PDF in Schoology. You can get your number lines in class, or there should be a PDF of it in Schoology. I will double check, make sure that they're in there. If not, I will put them in there. So you either get the purple sheet of number lines in class, or you can print one off on Schoology. As usual, message me if you have any questions. Have a good day.